Hello Aquarius, and welcome to your April 2026 monthly horoscope. My name is Justina. Welcome to my channel. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back and thank you for joining me today. So here today we are going to look at the astrology of April, and I'll tell you how the energies of this upcoming month will influence your life on a deeper level. So I follow Western astrology, tropical zodiac, so a very warm welcome to you. All right, so here we start the month with a full moon in Libra happening on the 2nd of the month at 12 degrees of Libra. So have a look if you have any placements in your birth chart at around 12 degrees of Libra, and that's your 9th house of travel, learning, higher education, your beliefs, your life philosophy, legal matters, life purpose. So here also have a look at your remaining cardinal houses. So that will be the Aries, Capricorn and Cancer. We're looking at the 12th degree, give or take 2 to 3 degrees. All right, so full moons bring culminations, heightened awareness. They usually heighten our intuition. They are usually connected also to turning points and to endings. All right, so basically this is happening in your 9th house. So unlike new moons bring that sense of something fresh, full moons usually bring situations that have already been some kind of initiated in the past. So this could be related to some developments related to your studies, your educational path, for example. Maybe you're completing a course of study. Maybe this is connected to some travel plans, legal matters, for example, as well. This is a good time for publishing, launching a business, anything to do with teaching, coaching, mentoring. Maybe this is about some influential person that will be very prominent in your life. Well, so whatever the scenario, this energy could bring some shifts and changes in your mindset, in your life philosophy, in your worldviews. This is about something slightly bigger than the mundane. Mundane, that's the 3rd house territory, but the 9th house deals with something slightly larger and bigger, something more global as well. Maybe this could be connected to receiving some important news as well regarding some interesting opportunities, and maybe this is about the traveling. So whatever the scenario, this full moon opens perspectives, new perspectives for you to grow. This is the area of growth, self-growth, self-development. So this, you might be craving these sort of experiences. This is a very ambitious energy as well here. But at the same time, any imbalance here in this area of your life, if you feel unfulfilled, if you feel like you're not reaching your purpose, if you feel like you're not heading in the right direction, then this full moon will make it more prominent, more visible. Now here on the 9th, we've got Mars moving into Aries. So while the initial days of April are centered around your 9th house dynamics, the remaining part of the month, the majority of the month is centered around your 3rd house dynamic. So here, the area of communication, your mindset, thinking processes, learning, everyday interactions with others, siblings, short distance travel as well. So that's when Mars enters here Aries on April the 9th, and here Mars will remain here for the rest of April through to the initial weeks of May. All right, so Mars in Aries feels absolutely fantastic, and the good thing for you Aquarius is that the majority of events of this month occurs in the signs that are compatible with your ascendant sign. So Aries, and then Gemini at the end, a little bit of Taurus, of course, as well. Taurus season, but the majority in the signs that are compatible, that form positive connections, harmonious connections with your ascendant. So here, the 3rd house energy, this is a very, very, very stimulating energy, and that is great for engaging in intellectual projects. That is great for dealing with anything connected to speech, communication, writing, studying as well. But at the same time, since the 3rd house is the house of communication, this is the kind of energy that will also make you speak your mind. This is when you have this strong need to express your ideas, to engage in discussions, in debate. This kind of energy pushes you to learn and study, learn something new. This kind of energy can also make you more impulsive, more dynamics in your communication style. So also be mindful of that. But what I also wanted to tell you is that to make sure that you watch your speed when driving with Mars in the 3rd house. Oh, it's very easy to get a fine for driving faster than you realize. So it's something also to be aware of. On the 13th of April, as Mars and Neptune conjoin in Aries, so this can be a very imaginative, inspirational day for diving into some intellectually stimulating projects, artistic as well, maybe writing, creating, this sort of dynamics. But at the same time, this energy can create misunderstandings, especially if communication isn't clear, if you're making assumptions instead of gaining that full clarity, seeing the bigger picture. So that's something to keep in mind. All right, so here on the 15th, Mercury enters Aries. At this point, we've got Chiron, the Sun, Saturn, Neptune, Mars, and now Mercury. So there is so much happening here in the area of communication, massive accumulation of energies for you. So this is a very strong emphasis here. This brings this very strong emphasis upon negotiations, conversations, communication, this strong need to share ideas. But it looks like April could be a big month for you in terms of decisions, and the need to express your thoughts, your ideas, to learn. Maybe this is about networking. There's a movement, lots of movement. Looks like a really busy month. And at the same time, this could see you traveling. This could see you also having lots of perhaps meetings, dealing with messages and emails. So definitely this is a month to be as organized as you can. But at the same time, definitely watch your speed, with, especially with Mars in your 3rd house. Now on the 16th, we've got the Sun and Chiron conjunction. So a slightly vulnerable day. And this day is here, so that's your 3rd house. It could bring more sensitivity, especially when it comes to expressing your ideas, your thoughts. And it could bring up to the surface any unhealed emotions or feelings related to the situations, past situations in your life, when you didn't feel heard, when you felt misunderstood, for example, as well. So these sort of thoughts, unhealed emotions could come up to the surface, and this is a chance for seeing them from a different light, different perspective, but at the same time this is a chance for you to heal. And ultimately with Aries on the 3rd house, this is about assertive and courageous communication, authentic one as well, communication style. But having said that, here with the Sun and Chiron conjunction, you might be easier triggered during this day, so keep this in mind. Now here, so perhaps try to surround yourself with something positive energies, positive experiences, for example, as well. On April the 17th, there is a new moon in Aries happening at 27-28 degrees. So a late degree of a new moon indicates that feeling of urgency. It's like you're running out of time. But at the same time, this is yet again highlighting the area of the 3rd house, so communication, short distance travel, your relationship with your siblings, next of kin as well. So this new moon gives you this amazing, fresh opportunity in the area of intellectual stimulation. So this could manifest as a brand new intellectual writing project, for example, or teaching, for instance, mentoring, guiding. This sort of dynamic here, working with words, working with the mindset as well. Maybe you're starting a new course of study. Maybe this is about reconnecting with your siblings, your people from your environment overall. So bear in mind, because on the 19th and 20th, we've got a series of very serious energies that involve Mars, Mercury, and the Saturn. So they will conjoin, and that's between the 19th and the 20th. But this energy will definitely be also present at the time of the new moon in Aries. So this tells me is that this new moon essentially wants you to make sure that whatever that you set in motion, whatever that you start, whatever ideas that come into your mind, this needs to have some kind of form and shape and structure. It's really essential. Now, if this is a new goal, a new project, a new idea, a new perhaps course of study, you need to commit to it, because whatever decisions, because also the 3rd house is connected to decisions. So whatever the decisions you make around this time, they will likely have lasting influence because of Saturn's involvement, of course. And at the same time, this energy wants you to be responsible, wants you to look at it from generally at these ideas and decisions from a long-term perspective. So also be mindful of how you get your message across during this time, how you communicate. Your words carry a lot of weight, a lot of meaning at this time. So choose your words wisely. Now on the 20th, there's a shift of energy. We've got the sun moving into Taurus. So we start Taurus season on the 20th. So there is a shift of energy because as you can see, the initial weeks of the month, here the focus was on the area of Aries. So that's your third house. But from the 20th, we are shifting into the home and family dynamics. Of course, we still have plenty of energies in the area of communication and your mindset, thinking processes, decisions, agreements, this sort of dynamics. But at the same time, as of the 20th, the sun moves into Taurus. So here the energy and the focus shifts to a certain extent to the area of your home and family, emotional foundations as well. So as you can see, after a very busy few weeks here, especially of communication and movement, activity, maybe travel, short distance travel here, you begin to focus more on your personal life, on your home life. This could see you spending more time at your home, needing that time at home overall. This could be a good time for addressing any family matters that need to be addressed. Maybe you will be thinking more carefully about your living arrangements, living situation overall. So this is a great time for grounding yourself, grounding your energies, for reconnecting with what makes you feel grounded overall. Now, at the same time, of course, Taurus is on its way out of, Uranus is on its way out of Taurus after so many years, over 7 years. So here with this shift of energy, this is also here, you might be dealing with some last minute arrangements here in April related to your home situation. Now, at the same time, on the 24th, we've got the Venus and Uranus conjunction happening at 29 degrees of Taurus, and an erratic degree, the very final conjunction between Uranus and another planet, while Uranus is still in the sign of Taurus. So what does it mean here? Of course, with Uranus involvement, this is often connected to some sudden developments, situations, unexpected news. This is connected to your family. And this could indicate perhaps even some new ideas, fresh ideas, some news, some unexpected family news, for instance, or perhaps some unexpected family visits or plans, announcements, news. So this could also indicate sudden need to change something in your living arrangements. Maybe some new ideas that could help you to create more comfort at your home. So whatever the scenario, this is a time to be flexible, open-minded and open to change. Now we end the month with Uranus entering Gemini, and that's happening on the 26th of April, a huge shift of energy. So we experienced this transit last year in 2025 between July and early November. Think about what happened in your area of the 5th house, so the area of creativity, romance, children, conception. This here, it's always helpful to look back into the past to see what you can possibly see taking place in the upcoming 7 years, more or less, in this area of your life. So here, Uranus in Gemini here, this is a big shift for you. Aquarius, of course, this is another air energy activated here. So we've got a beautiful trine. This can really feel like a phase when you will be reinventing yourself. Of course, Pluto is in your 1st house, so there is this deep transformation happening on a deeper level. But with Uranus influencing your ascendant by a trine, we've got these also need to free yourself, liberate yourself from what is stagnant, misaligned, or overly limiting. Now, what could Uranus bring in your 5th house here, Uranus in Gemini? It could generally attract you to new hobbies, so new hobbies, new interests, something different. We need to look at the keywords associated with Uranus. That's original, unique, eccentric. Uranus is connected to progressive thinking. Uranus is connected to anything related to modern progressive ideas as well. But also things happen quickly, unexpectedly under the influence of Uranus. So yes, this could indicate perhaps that you might start a brand new hobby, a new interest, something unusual, something different, something that you haven't really tried before. So with Uranus, it's always helpful to be open-minded, flexible, as I mentioned earlier with the Venus and Uranus conjunction. But also, apart from the new hobbies or interests, this could also indicate romantic experiences or relationships that are very different to the ones that perhaps you've experienced before. Maybe something in the romantic sphere is changing as well. Maybe you're rediscovering your own individuality. There is this need for self-expression, but in a different way. In a way that's not restricting or limiting, in a way that maybe it's more original or eccentric or unusual as well. For some, this could also indicate sudden unexpected conceptions. This is also the house of children, this house of conception. So for some, this could manifest as unexpected pregnancies even in these upcoming 7 years. So it's a good time for experimenting, definitely with what brings you happiness, what brings you joy. And this is a time to generally to be open and flexible, and especially when it comes to new ways of expressing yourself. So thank you so much, Aquarius. I wish you a productive month, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.